Cooking deer stew. Everyone knows that we have plenty of deer in North America, so it is not unexpected that we might like to shoot some of these and eat some of these from time to time. And that's what this video is all about. Basically, how to take your deer and make a very tasty stew out of it. First, of course, you have to secure your deer. In my book, Backyard Deer Hunting, Converting Deer to Dinner for Pennies a Pound, I take you through the entire hunting process, from selecting tools to finding deer to killing them to bringing them home and putting them in the freezer. This is the logical next step. Now we have a dead deer. This particular one was taken with a flintlock. I hunt with muzzle-loading guns almost exclusively, and my latest book is Extreme Muzzleloading, taking fur, feathers, and dangerous game with muzzle-loading rifles, smoothbores, and pistols. I do this commonly. Here we're butchering the deer, and we're cutting out edible parts of the meat. This happens to be a roadkill, and so I'm separating the bloodshot meat from the tasty meat that I'll eat for myself. The bloodshot meat is boiled, and that's cooked up for my dogs, so nothing's wasted. Here is a deer packaged and ready to go. As you can see, I use common grocery bags for packaging, and the boiled meat that was bloodshot is cut up and put in the little tubs to feed to dogs and cats. The big platter on the back is boiled deer bones, which my dogs dearly love. Now we're taking the back straps of a deer and we're cutting it into pieces. You'll notice the silver skin on the bottom. This is separated, and I'd like to cut the deer when it's semi-frozen. That way you get good even slices and cubes. These are the ingredients for deer stew. You have flour, pepper, salt, dill weed, and that's, well, basically it for added ingredients. I like to put a little dill in deer. I think it tastes very good. You can see the cut up deer in the bowl over to the side, and you're going to mix it with flour. Now when that is done, you will put the floured deer into a pan with hot oil, and here I'm using olive oil, which is a nice, good ingredient, and proceed to cook it until it is browned. In just a second, we'll see some of the material being, well, here's the pots. Okay, we're going to do stew, so you got to have some pots. So these are just two common pots. I cook some of it on the stove. I also like to use a crock pot. Crock pots are very, very convenient. They easy to put in a meal and start. Here is the floured deer. Now the deer has been salted and peppered, and now is being floured. And so this is ready to put in the frying pan and start cooking. The oil needs to be middling hot when you put it in the pan. Here it is. The boiling that you see is actually water coming up from the meat. And it should be not hard cooked brown, but browned. And then you would put it in one of the pots and go ahead and proceed to cook it. These are the vegetables that you add. Deer stew, I usually use bell peppers, potatoes, of course, and onion, always onion. So these are the basic ingredients. The amounts are not critical. If you want a more starchy stew, you use more potatoes. And here's the completed meal. A dinner, all deer meat. Now this is from the cover of my book, and these recipes are described in my book. But here you have the stew sitting off in a small bowl to the right, as well as meatloaf, chili, roasted deer, a deer sweet potato dessert that I cook, and other things. All of these are from Backyard Deer Hunting, Converting Deer to Dinner for Pennies a Pound. Now this book is copyrighted by me. It's available from alphahouse.com or amazon.com, or your local bookstore can get it. If you can't use the book yourself, please ask your local library to order it so that others may. Good eating.